What if I train them and they leave? Before we dive into today's episode, I want to personally invite you to something that I look forward to every single year. The Co-Stylist Confidence Workshop. The first step in working with a co-stylist or an assistant is figuring out their pay, figuring out what you're going to teach them, and having the confidence to take action. You might have set one of these goals for 2026. Hire 1, 2, or maybe 3 new team members. You've said, I want to grow my team, work less behind the chair and make more money, have solid systems in place, and a full salon dream team. How many of you guys are raising your hand right now and you're saying, yes, please? That might be one of your goals, okay, for 2026. If your goals sound anything like this, I'm teaching you a very simple way to pay an assistant. I'm giving you a solid 39-week training outline for your assistant, and I'll also be teaching you my strategies for creating the kind of work-life balance that every salon owner needs. When you have clarity on all of these things, their pay, training, systems, expectations, you will gain confidence. And when you gain confidence, you will take action, and that's when everything changes. All right? When you show up live to the training, I'll be giving you a copy and paste Google Sheet with every single one of my systems and processes inside Salon Lace, which is my own company. This bonus alone is insane, and I honestly can't believe that I'm just giving it away. Also, in the first 5 minutes of the workshop, I'm giving you my social media batching training and my 2 favorite social media strategies that I absolutely swear by and live by. But there's not going to be a replay, so you have to be there live, all right? I'm going to put the link in the show notes. Go save your seat, and I cannot wait to see you guys there. All right, let's dive into today's episode. Let's talk about some of your fears, okay? I just watched the first episode of Fear Factor this last Sunday night. And I'm just going to say I was fully unwell while I was watching it. My heart was racing, probably 200 beats a minute. My palms started getting sweaty, and I was questioning why I even turned the damn show on, all right? But I was obsessed with it, and I couldn't stop watching it. What Johnny Knoxville, if you don't know Fear Factor, it had been around a long time. I think it recently came back. But Johnny Knoxville's the host of it, and he puts their contestants of Fear Factor, of the show, into real, live, fears, into scenarios, okay? They're facing their fears. And they're fears that a lot of us have. I'll just say, for instance, the first one was being confined in closed spaces, claustrophobia, suffocation. I have a fear of that, and I was not okay watching it, okay? But here's the thing, and this is so funny how I wanted to tie this into today because it's so true. How do you get to the other side of this? If you have a fear in anything, how do you get to the other side of it? Okay? They don't think their way out of it and just be like, oh, I'm just going to overcome it with time, or I'll just grow out of it. It's not by avoiding it. I think that's actually how your fear can grow stronger in something. You literally have to go through it. And he puts them, the contestants, in situations that make them extremely uncomfortable to conquer their fears. All right? And that's what business looks like too. Let's talk about some of your fears today, because avoiding them does not going to make them disappear. And it's not going to move you forward in your business. It's not going to make any changes. Nothing changes, nothing changes. So going through these is what is going to build your confidence, clarity, and start building some momentum inside your business. All right? One of the biggest fears that I hear when it comes to hiring on an assistant is this. What if I train them, Lacey, and they don't work out? That could be a fear of yours, and it was a fear of mine, okay? Some of you have told me a handful of things, okay? I'm nervous to hire an assistant. I'm worried that I can't afford it. My fear is by the time I finish training them and put so much in, they will quit. Doing the work and them not working out. If it'll be worth it in the end. My biggest fear is them leaving. That they'll cost me more than they produce. Scared they'll leave so soon after introduction. That they don't stay long term. Putting so much into their education and them leaving it to take on their own clients after a year. Ooh, that's a big one. I don't feel like I have enough clients yet. And if I put all the effort in, they will leave. I keep training them and investing in them and they bounce. Investing in them and they bounce. Once again, not being able to afford it. Can I trust them? Wasted time, financial burden, paying them. And for the foils and color and doll heads and then never getting a return. I trained my girls and they all left. How do you protect your business during the training program so you aren't the place people learn and leave? I hear you. And I want you to hear this clearly. Fear kills more dreams than failure ever will. What if it does work out? What if you pour into them and they stay and they're your best teammate and your best employee? So many of you are making decisions based on something that hasn't happened yet. What if this is the thing that finally changes everything inside your business and your life? I want you to ask yourself these questions. Can you afford to be in the exact same place 1 year from now? Can you afford for your stations to stay empty? Can you afford to keep doing everything yourself? I have always been a huge advocate and believer of you got to spend money to make money. It's called an investment. It's the same thing with your assistant. You are investing in them. And like I said before, nothing will change if nothing changes. I don't want you to be 40 and 50 years old, 50 and 60 years old, still doing the same old clients, making the same amount of money, working by yourself, and trading time for money. I don't want that for you, okay? You can only do so much with your 2 hands. They will only take you so far, okay? There comes a point where you need to use your brain more than you use your hands. Working smarter, not harder. That's where your assistant and your co-stylist comes into play. Okay, and I'm going to say this part loud and clear for you to hear. If they leave, let them. Just like Mel Robbins says, stop taking it personal. It's a business and a business decision on your part and on their part. Anyone who has ever made a mistake, okay, has never tried anything new. Anyone who has never made a mistake, saying, I just do it perfectly all the time, they're probably doing the same old shit and they haven't tried anything new. All right? Anyone who has ever made it has a past and a story. Don't we all? And they've learned by making these mistakes and pivoting. And you guys, that's what life's all about. Let your dreams be bigger than your fears. Let your actions be louder than your words and your faith stronger than your feelings. Get yourself uncomfortable. We've all got a lot of feelings. I get it, but you have to push past them. You have to do the hard shit and get uncomfortable to get to that next level. Make 2026 your year that you choose courage over confidence. Because confidence is going to come, I promise. It's going to come with reps. It's going to come with you doing it over and over and over and eventually becoming the expert in something. You will then feel confident. But in the beginning, we have to have the courage to make that first step. Okay? So if this episode's hitting you and you know deep down that it's time to stop letting fear run your business and run your decisions, I want to see you inside of our Co-Stylist Confidence Workshop. You're going to leave this workshop 1000% more confident when it comes to hiring and training an assistant because you're going to have a game plan. You need clarity to take action. I'm going to put the link in the show notes. Save your seat, show up live, and let's get you out of fear and into action. All right? I'll see you guys inside the Co-Stylist Confidence Workshop. Bye, guys.